welcome to my channel. Today we're going to dive back into a very interesting story. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Let's go. Even with today's science, it's hard to understand what we're going to talk about today. It has to do with Egypt, which is where Jesus, King Solomon, and other important and mysterious people in our past learned about sacred knowledge. It's about the history of the Emerald Tablets, which date back to 36,000 BC. Their order is the Atlantean and the King of Egypt, Thoth, who ruled the ancient race for about 16,000 years and never died. In the new episode of Hidden Histories Revealed, we'll find out what he wrote and what he was trying to tell us. The official story about the Great Pyramid of Giza is that it was built in honor of the Egyptian pharaoh Cheops, who ruled from 2006 BC to 2583 BC. However, according to information you can now find on Wikipedia, the Egyptian pyramids were never used as tombs and were built long before the time of Cheops. In fact, Cheops thought he was the one who built the pyramids, and he did so around 36,000 BC. There are 10 tablets left in the Great Pyramid. For everyone's convenience, they are split into 3 parts. The last 2 are so big and important that they can't be given out freely to the world. They hold secrets that can only be found by people who are serious about learning and seeking wisdom. People have been led to believe that the holes of Amenti become the underworld or the halls of the gods, where the soul goes after death to be tested. However, there are actually portals inside through which people who have died on Earth have teleported to other universes, planets, and realities. And the entities, or guardians like Anubis himself, help them pass through the Ankh or Theas. Thoth will come back in flesh or a physical body when the time is right. Thoth is immortal, and in later centuries, his essence passed into the bodies of people in a way that was written about in the scriptures. This is how he became the famous Hermes. In his current reincarnation, he leaves wisdoms known as the Emerald Tablets, but this is a lighter and more simplified version. About 13,000 BC, ancient Kem is in disarray, and many of its priests are sent to other parts of the world. Some of the guardians of the pyramid are among those sent away, but they take the Emerald Tablets with them and use them as talismans to influence other races. From what we know, whoever has the tablets with him has the power of Thoth while he has them with him. This group moved to South America, where they met the Mayan people and the priests settled among them. In the 10th century, the Maya settled in the Yucatan, and tablets were placed under the altar of one of the great temples of the sun god. The tablets are 12 emerald green plates made of a special alchemical compound that makes them indestructible. They break the physical law of ionization and are written with the names of the gods. I still think the tablets are held together by rings of gold alloy and are suspended by a lever. It is said that if you read them with an open mind and eyes, your knowledge will increase by 100 times. In some places, the image of Thoth is shown with the face of a baboon and the body of a man, or as a baboon. The image with the head of an ibis is known to be a sphinx. Man was born in the universe. He is the son of the sun and the child of the stars. Man is from light and light is from man. This proves it. What about the human experiment? Let's keep going. Man, in whatever form he takes, is like the stars. When you have gotten the light of all wisdom, you will be free to shine in the sky as one of the suns that light up the cosmos. Darkness, one born of the cosmos and raised in light. Just as the stars lose their brightness over time as their light goes to a greater source, so does the human soul, leaving behind the darkness of night. You are not from the earth, but a child of endless cosmic light. Order and balance are the laws of the universe. If you follow them, you will be one with the universe as a whole. If we look at Egyptian mythology, we can see that Thoth reigned in Egypt from 8,670 BC to 7,100 BC. He was the one who helped Ra break her curse by not giving birth to her 5 children. He also helped Isis perform the ritual to bring Osiris back from the dead with his wisdom and magic. Horus beat Seth, who was hiding in a prison, and the gods gave all of Egypt to the horrors. In the legends, it is said that before Ra left the earth, he called up Thoth and told him about his plan to make a soul of light in the Duat in the land of caves. He gave Thoth permission to rule over his area, make a list of the people who live there and give them the punishment they deserve. In folklore, Ra also stands for the afterlife and taking part in the judgment of souls in the whole of double math. Our job is to keep the Emerald Tablets, give us a lot of information and help so we can lead the mind race, which is destined to rise up. Express the divine power of Thoth, which is a lot of power. We are sure that we will settle within the mice, which are priests who have kept old knowledge from Atlantis. I am one of the temple priests who is in charge of protecting the tablets of the divine thought. I had the great honor and duty of carrying them in my hard leather chest box. The emerald green tablets are made in an alchemical way, so they don't break and water doesn't hurt them. Acid doesn't eat away at them. They are eternal, and only priests trained in the mysteries can read the letters on them, which are written in the divine Atlantean language. The letters are magical, and there is power in their work that opens the realms that are hidden from human knowledge. In the words is the hidden key that unlocks the secrets of heaven and earth. Because what is a man if he doesn't know that he is from white and light? Magic is knowledge, and knowledge comes from learning. A person is either a brother of the darkness or a child of delight, depending on what he or she believes. This is why knowledge is important, and the only way to get knowledge is to learn. As soon as you start to read the tablets, you realize that they combine with them to make a harmony through waves, and vivid pictures come into your mind that show the wisdom of the eternal mysteries. The time has come to put the knowledge to use. All symbols and words are doors and helpers that lead to the secret origins of our world, if we can realize that all keys are material manifestations, in fact, only extensions of one great principle. We will begin to understand things as they are. Each galaxy, universe, or reality has a specific structure and moves according to certain laws. For example, the law that governs the movement of the planets is invariably linked to the law that governs our material structure. And this has been one of the great aims of the mystery schools or some secret societies to reveal, and to pass on those laws and principles that connect the spiritual and material worlds. And the thinking person is precisely the bridge between the two, because consciousness is everywhere, both materially and spiritually, on the razor's edge between the two. Therefore, the main goal of Secret Origins is for everyone who watches to keep learning, and above all, to open their minds wide and create conscious thoughts, because conscious thoughts create conscious reality. Thoughts have a lot of knowledge in them. Words which we will share with you in a moment, and you must understand for yourself that it cannot be convened in just one episode. But we always have to start from somewhere, and one is better than nothing. So we will always tell you that it's great to follow these episodes. They are for you, but they are only to prompt you to tease your intuition and curiosity, and what you know deep down very well, so that you start reading more and expanding your own consciousness. And as you expand your own consciousness, you will realize that in this way you're also expanding the global one. And we thank you for that, oh man. Enlisted this wisdom where do name and form cease only in consciousness, invisible and infinite force of radiance. Bright, know that always and everywhere in the cosmos there is eternal and infinite consciousness. Although it's hidden from superficial view, it still exists. The key to these higher worlds is within you, and it can only be found within. Open the gates in yourself, and you will live a real life, man. You thought you were living, but you know that your previous life leads only to death, because when you're attached to your body, there is no real life for you only. A soul that has found freedom from the material world has true life. All the rest are only shackles, bonds from which one must free himself. Do not think that a person is born for the earthly. Although he was born on earth, he is essentially a light-like spirit, but without true knowledge, he can never find that freedom. Now we'll talk about some of the reasons to help you understand. Thoth leaves his own body under the flower of life, which he can enter whenever he wants. He then sends his consciousness into other bodies so that he can be born as a human. He was at a very high level of growth and was able to do these things easily. The flower in question is located in the pyramid of the cold fire, which governs the balance of the earth. The land of the barbarians is actually the land of Egypt. Chem was the first place from which the teachings of the Atlanteans spread. From here they later sent messengers to other barbarian tribes, such as the higher plan. Their camp is to be used as the center of the new race of wisdom. Thoth as an Egyptian god is again considered the god of wisdom. He's usually depicted with the head of an ibis, whose beak resembles a new moon, a crescent moon above it, which is a symbol of wisdom. Again, Thoth was revered by the ancient Egyptians as the creator of writing, as he possessed a huge library of manuscripts. Here are some of the names he was called: he who counted the sky, the stars, and the earth, the counter of times and seasons, the master of the divine body, voice of Ra-Ra from ancient Egyptian light, the order of all knowledge, human and divine, the achiever of all hidden under the firmament. Many years later, the people of ancient Greece did the same thing, calling him Hermes, the god of wisdom. He was given the name Trismegistus, which means thrice great, greatest, and greatest. As the years went by, all ancient countries called him Hermes Trismegistus, which meant fountain of wisdom. He started astrology and alchemy, and he was the first person to think of mental transformation. Can we all understand it and apply it in our lives? There are always things that remain hidden, but if we don't stop seeking, we will find all the answers we bow before you. Please click the subscribe button and the bell icon so you never miss a new movie. Thank you for watching.